Hey everybody, it's 14 Briar here, and I'm going to be doing a better version of my updated barn tour of River Mist Stables, because I found out that the last one had really terrible lighting, so in case you didn't see everything or didn't hear anything, I'm going to speak a lot clearer, and yeah. If I need to, I will use my flashlight, because the pony pasture is very dark. And in some places in my room it gets very dark, even with the light on. So yes. As you all know, if you watched my other barn tour with the horrible lighting, my sign is not currently up right now, but I know what it says because I have memorized it. And my sign says, River Mist Stables, we do lessons, Western English and dressage, boarding, shows, camp, part and quarter boarding, breeding, trail rides, rescuing, and much more. So we're going to go over to the pony pasture first. There. It's very dark over here, so I need to use my light. Right here we have our dappled gray Welsh pony. His name is Timmy, and he's just roaming free in the pasture right now. Then we have our Icelandic pony mare, who does not currently have a name, but we are hoping to get some name suggestions for all of our horses that do not have names. Yes. Then we have our Przewalski's horse, if I said that correctly, because I'm not sure how to say all the breed names correctly, so yeah. She does not have a name, so we need name suggestions for her as well. Then we have a water trough back there, which has a piece of clay poop in it. Then we have our Falabellas eating hay. This one, her name is Peaches, the mare. Sorry, I can't zoom in that far. I'm just moving. Her name is Peaches, and she's just eating hay with her little filly, who does not have a name either. So we need a name for her little filly as well. Now we're going over to the mare pasture. Everything is still set up the same way as in the other barn tour, but because I didn't take it down yet, so yes. Over here we have Summer, who is a custom done by Western Horse Life. And she's just rolling in the dirt right now with her pretty blue halter on, which Western Horse Life also made. Yes, she's a black forest mare. She's just rolling and having fun right now. Then over here we have Misty, who's currently lame right now. Alexandra would normally be riding her in her lesson, because she has a lesson right now for camp, because we currently have a camp going on right now. Yes, she'd normally be riding her, but unfortunately she is lame. So yes. Oh yes, I'm going to also tell you their show names. I forgot about that. Peaches is Peaches and Cream, and that's the only one in this pony pasture that has a show name. And Summer is Summer's Mist. And Misty does not have a show name. Misty is owned by Alexandra, but she's currently lame, so she's not being ridden. And what else was I going to say? Oh, I forget. Sorry. Oh yes. This is the first time she's been outside in a week or 2 weeks or something like that. So yes. Then we have our Percheron mare. Her name is Sophie. And she's just trotting over or walking over something to the fence, and all gates are yellow. So, and then we have our gate in here, and over here we have our geldings pasture, which currently have 2 draft horses in it, because we don't have any other geldings that aren't draft horses currently. But we are hopefully going to buy a lot more horses soon. So yes, we also rescue horses. Our 2 Falabellas were a rescue. Misty was a rescue. Summer was a rescue. Ash, which is our Clydesdale, was a rescue. Romeo and Blackjack. And I think that is all that were rescues. Oh yeah, and Georgia rescued her own horse that she's riding right now. She rescued her own horse, who you will see later. So yes, this is our geldings pasture, as I've said. And right here is Oscar, our Shire gelding. I was about to say stallion. I don't know why. Then we have Ash, our Clydesdale gelding, with a pretty red halter on that I made him. So yes, he's just standing there. Don't know what he's doing, but he's just standing there. Then we have our mare in full pasture. Right here we have Daisy, who is Oscar and Penny's foal. And Penny is over here. She's just grazing right now, eating some of our luscious green grass. Then we have Misty's yearling, who is our only yearling so far. Her name is Dakota, and she looks very sad right now because she's being weaned, which means she's being taken away from her mom, and she has to learn how to live on her own and stuff like that, and eat hay and drink water, and yeah. Then we have our halflinger foal. Her name is Lily, and she's just lying down right now. And her mom is over here. Her name is Sugarfoot, wearing a purple halter that Western Horse Life also made. And she's our halflinger mare, and she's just waiting at the fence for somebody to come and pet her. So that's how she usually is. She loves attention. Then we have Diva, who is our Knabstrupper mare, and she's just staring off into space. And her little foal Freckles, who is suckling right now. Yes, then we have where camp kids hang out and our tack box storage. Over here we have our stallions pasture, which it's currently our biggest pasture. It's going to become bigger once I build more fences, because right there, those are jump standards right there with the light shining on them, and that's a jump standard with a pole, which is the gate. So over here we have our 2-year-old Shire stallion. His name is Taylor. Then we have our Andalusian stallion. His name is Thunder. Then we have Rocky, or our Rocky Mountains, and he is owned by Jack. Oh yes, and Diva is part boarded by Emily. So yes, Rocky is owned by Jack, who is the owner of the stables. He is not allowed to be used in lessons unless said so by Jack. And he's our appendix quarter horse stallion. And I almost forgot to say, Thunder is not to be used in lessons at all because he bucks little kids off. Yes. Then we have our Percheron stallion, who does not have a name, so we need name suggestions for him as well. Then we have Charlie, who is our Knabstrupper stallion, and he is actually going to be the star of the show Stallion. He's going to be the stallion. And I think you guys can guess who's going to be the family. Yes, and then we have Blackjack, who is our Frisian stallion, who's being led out of the pasture, and he's going into his stall because we are bringing all horses in because we are supposed to have thunderstorms tonight. So we usually bring all of our horses in when there's bad weather, and he's being taken in by Bethany. Yes, then we have our bunny hutch with our wild rabbit, and they can go in and out as they please. A huge hay bale, their gate, no, this is their gate, a fence that falls over a lot, pieces of poop, fake poop, and Oreo, who's our grooming rabbit. Then we have a puppy dog. Yes. Well, the wild rabbit is only in there because he likes keeping Oreo company. He doesn't like to see Oreo being all alone. This is our pony and Mustang barn. Right here, this is Summer stall. That is not Timmy's stall. That is our Preswellski's horse stall. That is Timmy's stall. And this is Storm, or Upon the Storm Chaser, and he's our Fleetman and Gray Mustang. And he's just having some fun in his stall right now. Jack is working on taming him. Sorry about that. I had no clue what I was doing. Then we have our Falabella barn, which only holds 2 Falabellas and 2 ponies. That's where Peaches and her foal stay, with the purple bucket. The blue bucket is our Icelandic pony mare stall, and the orange bucket is our Dartmoor pony mare stall. Then we have our huge arena, which I'll have to stand up to show you guys. It's pretty big. Yeah, that means my barn is pretty big as well. Yes. Just get that down so I can show you guys. Sorry, it's really hard to move around. Right here, this is Jack. He's the owner of the stables. And he rides Western, as you can tell. There's a jump course set up, which that jump is not being used. It's just randomly sitting there, because if it was being used, the horse would choke over the trot poles. And right here, this is Georgia with her rescued horse, Delilah. And they're just going over some trot poles right now. She's learning how to ride English. So she's not doing that big jump right there. She's only doing that little cavaletti right there. And that is Alexandra riding another one of her horses. Her name is Peanut. She's our quarter horse mare, and that is Alexandra. And her uncle owns the stable. So Alexandra is his niece. So yeah. Then this is how the door opens and closes. It's just an elastic band stuck around the stablemate jump, and it just comes up like that and goes back. Or if I can get it back over with one hand, and yes I can. Then we have our blanket storage with Thunder's blanket, Summer's blanket, Diva's blanket, which I have not finished making, Oscar's blanket with our Percheron Stallion's blanket, Misty's blanket, Sugarfoot's blanket, Peanut's blanket, Lucky's blanket, the Pedalabella Flow's blanket, Lily's blanket, and I think that's it. So yes, there's a lot of blankets, but I don't have a blanket for every single horse that I have. Then there's some access hay with a hose there, and a muck-out tool, and then there's our feed bins, which is basically our feed box right there. And then we have our main barn, which to open it, to go inside, there's a little jump ring right here, and there's a little hook that I made out of a clasp, and you just have to hook it, and it has to stay closed at all times. Yes, it's a 16 stall barn. I'm not going to tell you whose stalls these all are because that would take way too long. But then again, if I have enough time, then I could. Right here, this is Lucky. He's our Shetland Stallion, and he's just in his stall right now because all the horses are being brought in. Then this is Ricky. He is our Tinker Stallion. And he's inside right now because all the horses are being brought in. And he has a cute little orange halter that I made him. It's not one of the LSQ ones that I make. It's one of the crappy ones that I make. Yeah. Then we have Lola, who's our learning pony right now. Then there's Caitlin with her hand up trying to touch Lola's nose. And Bev, or Beverly. We just call her Bev for short form. And Emily is teaching Beverly and Caitlin how to put polo wraps on. So yeah, and I think that's all. I can quickly tell you whose stalls these all are. This is Penny and Daisy's. This is Ash's stall. That is Rocky's stall. This is Oscar's stall, Sugarfoot and Lily's stall, Missy's stall, Dakota's stall, Peanut's stall, Thunder's stall in the corner, Charlie's stall, Diva's. No, not Diva's stall anymore. Percheron Stallion's stall, Blackjack's stall, Romeo's stall, Taylor's stall, Ricky, and Lucky. Oh yes, I almost forgot. That is our truck and trailer. At least I know they're on the floor just because I was making stuff for them. They're not being stretched, they're laying down on good stuff. So, yeah, and then we have our tack room. This is Romeo, our rescue currently. He's in a rescue pen. This is where we keep our lead halters. There's Diva's jumping boots. And this is Delilah's stall with George's dressage tack. And that is it for River Mist Stables. Hopefully that was a better version for you all. So I hope you all have a good day, and I hope you guys like this version better than the version where you can't see anything because it's really, really dark. So I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, guys.